Okay, so here we have the circuit for the pre-lab, the first pre-lab assignment. And because of the way the circuit diagram is drawn, there can be a lot of confusing parts in it. So the first thing I would like to do is convert this form of circuit into the closed loop form. That is, there's a beginning, you have a voltage source, and then current goes around in a direction and then ends back to the voltage source. So to do that, the first thing I would like to do is convert these plus 5 volts to an actual voltage source like this. So as we can see over here, we have a 5 volts over here. Well, a 5 volts is the same thing as plus 5 volts is the same thing as having ground node at the top, entering a battery, a voltage source, and then coming out. Well, if you look at this with the plus and minus here, these two are the same. Plus 5 volts over here is equivalent to the notation written in this way. We have a plus 5 volts at this side, and this is ground relative to 0. So these are the same. So if I can like change this plus 5 volts and this minus 5 volt in this notation, then we can have a ground. We can have a ground ending in these two, and if these ground endings can be written in a correct way, then all these grounds can be connected to one together to form a closed loop. So let's start doing that right now. So let me just draw the circuit now. So we need a voltage source. So we have we're gonna call this VS. It's gonna go out to the 600 ohm resistor. Then it's gonna go to the 2K resistor, 2.2K resistor, and then the capacitor. Then to convert this part into voltage form, I'm gonna draw it like this. Got a resistor going up, and then as I said over here, we're gonna have a plus minus 5 volts, and this is gonna connect to ground, but for now I'm just gonna leave it like that. And the same thing is gonna happen down here. In this case, this part is negative with respect to this part. So I'm gonna have to write a plus like this way, and then this 5 volts, and in this way, written in this way, then this side is a plus 5 volts, which means this side is a minus 5 volts. If this plus 5 volt is 0, in other words, if this is grounded, then this must be minus 5 of 0, which is minus 5 volts. So you can see then they're equivalent in that case. So instead of writing a grounded sign, I'm gonna loop everything together. So I think I could go about this. Bring about. These are grounded. And I can also connect over here. So this is a ground, as we said from this image here. This is a ground, as I just recently proved, and then so this is also a ground. So they all can be connected to the same place. And then if you can see the notation we said here, the voltage across this, the voltage between the 600 and 2.2K with respect to ground is VI, which means this part with respect to this part is VI. So if I check the voltage across these two, I should get VI. V out then is this part with respect to ground. Well, this is ground as we said, so this is V out. So this is basically the circuit that we're trying to solve for.